Well, back on UK soil, the British mother who was held in the United Arab Emirates for calling her ex-husband's new wife a horse on Facebook has arrived home after being released. Now, there is a warning here. There's some flash photography coming up because Laleh Shahravesh arrived at Heathrow. Photographers trying to snap pictures when she landed. She then spoke to thank those who'd helped secure her release. Ms. Shahravesh spoke of the most horrendous ordeal before being reunited with her 14-year-old daughter, Paris, at the airport. She'd been detained under controversial cybercrime laws as she visited the United Arab Emirates for the funeral of her ex-husband. Authorities had received a complaint over posts made 3 years ago. Well, let's speak now to Radha Stirling from the campaign group Detained in Dubai. And Radha, I understand that Laleh is actually back in her home now with her daughter, and you've been speaking to her.
Yes, absolutely. She arrived at the airport early this morning, and after being hidden away by security there, she was escorted to her car, and she's now safe at home and absolutely relieved and quite, going through this emotional time. And then she's just been so relieved and happy now and calming down. She's going to rest today with her daughter and mother, and then we'll speak more about her experience in the coming days.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that. What has she told you about the way she was treated and the conditions in which she was held?
I mean, it's appalling in a sense that, something as trivial as the accusation ended up with costing 5 weeks of her life and the traumatic experience of facing potentially 2 years in prison. And I think without the spotlight from the international press and just the raising of the awareness to the UAE authorities, this would have gone on for at least 6 months. And that's, when we finally find out a verdict of innocent or guilty. So it's just amazing that something so trivial could even get to the judicial process.
And it just highlights the strict online laws in Dubai.
It certainly does. I mean, this is a grave warning to the 2.6 billion social media users out there that anything that they've ever said online, on Twitter, on Facebook in the past, if they happen to go to Dubai, they can be convicted for it. Can you imagine the reverse? Imagine if Emiratis arrived in London and we charged them for something that they did in their own country. It just doesn't make sense, and it certainly needs review.
You've talked about how Laleh's case was highlighted by the media and others. How many cases like this go unheard? As in the media don't necessarily know about it.
Yeah, I mean, the vast majority of these cases do go unheard. It's only in very special circumstances that they're raised to press. No one really wants to be splattered all over the front page of tabloid magazines or anything like that. So you have to make a decision. Do I want to do that? It's hardship, but it's probably going to lead to my release. There's so many other cases that we deal with regularly that don't make it to press, and that could be for sending a private WhatsApp message. It could be for sharing a charity online, or invading someone's privacy through uploading a photo of them, even if you had permission at the time. There's so many different ways that cybercrime laws can be abused in the Emirates. And the more public cases we've seen are American, British and Australian nationals. Again, Facebook posts, photographs and private WhatsApp messages. And now this one is quite unique, I think, because she made the post from outside of the jurisdiction of the UAE.
So should people be worried if they're just going on holiday to Dubai, for example, about what they've said on social media in the past?
I mean, the issue is the social media laws in the UAE are almost like giving someone a gun that they can point at your head at any time. So it's anyone who you might have had an argument with in the past, and maybe you don't even know them, maybe you had a Twitter war with them, they can actually go through all of your social media and report you to the Telecoms Regulation Authority, who could then take a police case against you. It's extremely risky. And the fact is that most people, well, almost everyone who visits Dubai are going to be in breach of those cybercrime laws. And that means that they could be subject to arrest. And I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous for a country who wants to attract tourism.
Radha Stirling, thank you ever so much for speaking to us from Detained in Dubai. Now, thousands